So I recently did a poll on my channel to find out what show you guys would like me to talk about next, and I had The Chi and All America in that poll, which both coincidentally I stopped watching at around the same time for various reasons. So I wanted to see which one you guys would have rather me pick up first, and I was still gonna make a video on the other one, and this is that video, and I was gonna dive into why I stopped watching it. So since The Chi won, I'm still gonna make a video on why I stopped watching The Chi originally, but I'm gonna dive back into it and catch up before the new season releases at the beginning of August. But for this video, for my All-American fans, I want to dive into why I quit the show, and maybe you guys could convince me down below in the comments if I should pick it back up, if some of these things change over time or anything like that. And I just kind of want you guys to kind of get me back into the show, because I really fell off of it hard, and I finally came to terms to understand the reasons why, and we're going to get into them in this video. But as usual, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Remember, I tell you guys you can put down below any shows or anything you want me to dive into. I'll check into them. Some of them I'm probably already watching anyway, so you can leave those down below in the comments. But let's jump into why I quit watching All American. Okay, my very first reason I quit watching All American is it's not about football anymore. And hear me out, this is what I'm gonna say. So I quit watching halfway through season 4, I want to say, probably like 6-7 episodes in, if I'm being honest. The show completely feels like a will they won't they relationship soap opera 85% of the time throughout any of the episodes of any season. And I know what you guys are gonna say, they still have football scenes here and there in between and everything like that, but the show is called All American. Football is far from the main thing that the show is about anymore. The show feels way more like a relationship soap opera than it even feels like a football TV show. I have no problems with relationships in TV shows. I even find myself kind of rooting for some of them sometimes, getting really into them, but that's only when the overarching story is still something else, and the relationship storylines could go into those or work around them. Something else is still going on. But when that is your entire story for majority of your characters, the whole season is a will they won't they with Spencer and Olivia, or will they won't they with Layla and Jordan, or Simone comes back, it's relationship problems with that. It's just all a will they won't they for the last, I want to say, 3 or 4 seasons, even Coop and Patience and so on and so forth. And what they always do is throw in a third character, whether it's a boy, girl, whether it's this All American, it's All American Homecoming, a third option to throw a wrench into a relationship that's already driven apart, to keep it going on for even longer than it needs to. Or will they won't they, over and over and over again. And when you see that type of storyline with so many characters, it feels like that's what the show is about. Way more than football, way more than getting out the hood, going to college, playing football, getting a scholarship, going to the NFL. Whatever was his goal at the very beginning, I don't know what's going on now, because if every character is put in these same relationship style storylines, then it's gonna feel like that's what the show is trying to convey or give out to the audience. This is the main focus. And what's crazy is when they used to do the football scenes, clips, or whatever, whenever they had it, I used to be dying laughing at how bad some of it used to be. As someone who watches football, who's played football, I used to laugh because this shit used to be hilarious. But now seeing a little less of that is less enjoyable, because they used to make bright moments of the show for me just to make fun of it. But now the relationships, sometimes they just drag along and they get cringy. It's just weird to watch when that's the whole storyline, and it makes it worse because they added episodes into each season. In the first 2 to 3 seasons, I believe there were only 16 episodes per season, which is, in my opinion, still way too long, and we'll talk about that. But in season 4 and 5, I believe it's 20 episodes per season. That's way too long for this type of TV show. Like, it doesn't need that much screen time. That allows them to drag these relationship storylines out even longer. Will they, won't they? Will Will They Won't They over and over and over again with the same characters going through the exact same problems they've been going through for multiple seasons. Let's use Spencer and Olivia for example. So season 1 and 2, I think they kind of have some on again, off again thing where they like each other. It don't happen. They both date other people as usual. But I believe they get together or fully like in a relationship season 3. Why is it the end of season 5 and I see all on social media that they're just getting back together? It's been a big build up to that point or something like that. Like literally first season 5, all the promotion, and when I say all the promotion I've been seeing, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, anything has been about them getting back together the entirety of season 5. Like, I don't even know if they play football anymore. Like, not even joking, I don't even know if they play football in season 5 of the show, because all the promotion I've seen has been about relationships, which was just like weird to me. And even while I left off in season 4, I believe this was like the 3rd time they broke up where I was at, so no telling how many more times they broke up and got back together from the middle of season 4 where I was in the end of season 5 of them just getting back into a relationship. No telling how many new third-party characters they introduced, like I said, to throw a wedge in their relationship even longer. I wouldn't be surprised they gave her a new boyfriend or him a new girlfriend. Literally, when I watch it, I guarantee that happens because they do that so often. Like, I understand in the first few seasons, I'm not gonna really complain about this, is they kind of had everyone dating everyone, and they do that in a lot of other TV shows. They want to see where relationships stick, what fans root for and things like that. So early on, I didn't really have a problem with it. But season 3, 4, and on, once you got an idea of what the fans want, what you want to do, doing the Will They Won't They over and over again, creating manufactured drama about things that really aren't important, like it doesn't make any sense. And then when you add episodes on top of that to a show of this style, it makes no sense. You're dragging things out even longer. Because what's funny is these characters go through the journey of learning who each other are, getting to understand each other so they could all be close, tight-knit, just basically like overall understand the other person. And then they fail to understand each other over and over again. It literally makes no sense. And I need to jump into the next topic because I could go on about this all day. But basically, it's not even about football anymore. If it was about football and then the relationships and all these other storylines were still going on around it, okay, fine then. But now it's about relationship storylines and then football and political views and music, and all this is going on in the background. Like, I don't know, it's just weird, I guess. Next problem, they added episodes to every season. I kind of mentioned this and I said I was going to go into it, and here we are. This is mainly a problem, not necessarily with All American, but with the CW in general, where they drag shows out or have them going on way longer than they should, whether it's by seasons or by episodes per season. They always do it. Just look at Riverdale. We're going to do a Riverdale video one fucking day, but they always drag this out way too long. At this day and age, no show should be past 13 episodes, and that's still too much in my opinion, because I feel like 8 to 10 is the perfect spot nowadays. You still could get to the bigger moments faster. The moments you want to have impact on people, you dive into those creative and high impact moments way earlier. And also, you still could tell the story you want, and that leaves less room for BS and things dragging out. No story in this day and age deserves or needs to be more than 13 episodes, and even that's pushing it. So back then when they had 16 episodes, I was able to get through them, but now that it's at 20, I dread finishing a whole entire season, especially if it's just gonna be about relationships over and over and over again. Like, they trick people into thinking they're getting more content, but really they're getting a watered down product. Like, that's less budget per episode, everything is way more stretched out, and they're probably doing this because of how popular All American is. When it first goes on to Netflix after a new season is finished, everybody binge watches it there, it shoots right to the top. That's probably why they have all these episodes, so that they could make more money through that. But like, come on now, like, it doesn't need, nothing about the story screams it needs to be even over 10 episodes. We're being honest. This story isn't complicated. Nothing needs to be explained. Everything is pretty simple and straightforward. Like 20 plus episodes per season hasn't been the norm for a while. Even when I go back and watch some of my favorite shows that has 24 episodes per season, by season 3 or 4 of that show, I'm tapped out. Like, I stopped watching it, might come back to it later, but I still can't get all the way through it. Imagine if they only had 10. I probably would have knocked that show out once again. But like, nowadays, shows do not need to be this long, and All American being one of the few prominent shows that people talk about being this long, is hard to even finish it for me. And the last thing is, some of these actors are way too old to be playing high school. Well, now college students. Like, it's getting ridiculous at this point. And a lot of TV shows do it, and it's a pet peeve of mine, to be honest. And sometimes I let it slide. For Outer Banks, obviously they're way older than high schoolers. I kind of let them slide. Or for One Tree Hill, one of my favorite teen dramas of all time, I kind of let them slide on it. But it's probably because in All American, nothing's interesting is happening enough for me not to know this or me not to pay attention to it. Like, it's so noticeable when it feels like nothing is going on and you trying to look for details to clue in on, and you're just like, nah, they gotta pack this up. The actor that plays Coop is like 35. All of them are in there pushing 30 at the very least. They're pushing 30. What's crazy is the girl Greta who plays Layla, she kind of pulls it off the best. But when I looked up her age, she's 32. I could not believe it when I saw that shit. I don't know. It's just it's time for them to pack this shit up. First of all, I don't even know how they got the 5 seasons. Nothing that special is happening in the show for them to have 5 seasons, especially for their ages to be playing these young characters. Maybe they should have had a time skip. I see why a lot of shows from the past does these time skips, because they always cast older actors as teenagers, and it's not gonna look like that forever, so they gotta do this big time skip. I'm just wondering why they haven't done it yet, or if they're ever gonna do it. And I know they already got renewed for a season 6. Like, I already saw that happen. So I need you guys down below in the comments to convince me why I should continue to watch it, because I want to, because you guys want a video on it and I'm kind of far behind, but at the same time, I don't know anything specific that will pull me back into the show. The show is just completely about relationships now. Is literally nothing else really matters, if we're being honest. It's people emotions and how to connect to their relationships. If their emotions is off about this one thing, it ruins their relationship over here. And then, like I said, their age is just a little bit weird and thrown off. And like I said, they added too many episodes per season. It's too many problems. Like, I could have named a few more, but those are the big 3 that I'm like, yeah, I just cannot finish the show. And that was in the middle of season 4 when it was airing on TV, and then, you know, it goes to Netflix after a whole year passes. Season 5 airs on TV, and now season 5 has been on Netflix for a few weeks now, I guess, maybe a few months, I don't even know. So season 6 is basically around the corner, if we're being honest. And I know you guys want content on All American, but I need reasons to get back into it. So leave a like, comment, subscribe, tell me your thoughts and opinions on all this, why you hate All American, why you love it. I'm open to hear you guys' thoughts, so just leave it down below. Once again, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.